Welcome to the Man on the Moon, everyone. Now, today we're going to do another episode of What the FUD. My What the FUD series has become quite popular, and so I'm going to go ahead and try to continue to do this at least on a weekly basis, and then do other videos in between when possible. For those that are new to my channel and are unfamiliar with the What the FUD series, my What the FUD series is where I go ahead and review different cryptocurrency projects, talk about their history, maybe where they came from, who their developers are, as well as go over their utility, use cases, and potential prospects for the future. So in today's video, we're going to go ahead and talk about VeChain. And by association, we'll also talk about VeThor as they're very intimately related. So VeChain was originally conceptualized and created by Sunny Liu, who is the former CIO of Louis Vuitton. So with Sunny having an extended background in supply chain, he wanted to go ahead and utilize the technology of blockchain to make supply chains more efficient. And so VeChain kind of became his brainchild. Now, since Sunny initially created the project, there has been several team members that have come on board to help him make this project a reality. And on VeChain's website, they actually have listed all of what they consider to be their key members for the VeChain project. But as of right now, VeChain currently operates out of 7 offices located in Shanghai, Singapore, Paris, Luxembourg, Palo Alto, Tokyo, and Hong Kong, with their international professional team having over 100 staff members and including over 50 professional blockchain application developers. And this is all according to their website. VeChain is also actively involved in working with several different universities around the globe, such as Tsinghua University, Stanford, MIT, Oxford, Dartmouth College, and the City University of Hong Kong, as well as South China Normal University. So VeChain initially launched in June of 2015. It was an ERC-20 token, so it was running on the Ethereum mainnet or the Ethereum network, and it originally had the ticker symbol of VEN or VEN, as it was referred to at the time. And the entire concept of VEN or VeChain back then was to utilize smart contracts to work with supply chains. And initially they were working with wineries, luxury items, and agriculture. However, the team realized rather quickly that being a token on the Ethereum network had a lot of limitations. And so because of this, they decided they wanted to create their own blockchain. So back in 2017, VeChain launched an ICO and raised $20 million equivalent of Ethereum in order for them to launch their own blockchain. And so in June of 2018, VeChain officially migrated from the ERC-20 mainnet and moved over to their own mainnet they called the VeChain-Thor mainnet. Now, this new mainnet actually relies on one token and one coin to properly function as it's designed. Now, the coin is VeChain or VET, VET, and the token is VeThor or VTHO. So VeChain is the actual store of value like any other coin that has its own mainnet, whereas the VeThor token is actually what powers the transactions. So VeThor is actually what's used to make changes on the mainnet. And we'll go into the use cases here in a minute. But essentially, VeThor is created by those that hold VeChain. So if you just simply hold VeChain, you will then earn VeThor over time. And the rate you earn is 0.000432 VeThor per VET or per VeChain that you own. So a lot of times when we talk about cryptocurrencies, a lot of people assume that cryptocurrencies are only used for an exchange of value, meaning that the entire purpose of a cryptocurrency is just a fiat currency replacement that's digitized and that's non-fungible, as they use write-only ledgers and have processes and ways in order to mitigate fraudulent blocks or transactions from occurring. And although most cryptocurrencies can indeed do this if they have their own mainnet, that's not the only purpose a lot of these tokens and coins have. So VeChain, for example, utilizes its technology to help with supply chains. So essentially what it does is it creates an identifier for a specific item and keeps track through smart contracts the information associated with that item in the supply chain. Let's take an example of this to show you what I'm talking about. So if you wanted to track sushi that you bought in a supermarket, so what this could lead to is you could have a QR code on that product where a customer could then go ahead and scan that QR code and read all of the information about that product as it went from production till it was on the shelf where the customer can actually purchase that product. So it would track everything from where the fish were caught and when they were caught, in order to create that sushi, where the fish were cleaned and processed and prepared to create the sushi plate, also keeping track of where it was distributed from and by whom, and the dates that all of this occurred. So the customer can literally track everything from its creation all the way to the point where it got to the shelf, almost like tracking an Amazon package. But this would also be a lot more robust, as it would also include not just the shipping, but also the manufacturing and production of that product. Because these codes and this information are stored in the blockchain, this can also help reduce fraud or others trying to make similar products to those of luxury items. So if you're dealing with things like luxury handbags, and you got a lot of people creating fake bags that are really good fakes where it's really hard to tell the difference, by having this technology available for that product, people could easily identify which one is the real and which one is the fake product. So since VeChain's creation, it's actually evolved into kind of an Internet of Things, as you're able to track assets and goods using this technology. And it also uses smart contracts to decentralize dApps or decentralized applications, and it helps define ownership of those products. Now, the cool part about using both a token and a coin in this process, because all of the transaction costs are in VeThor, VeChain, the coin, is actually relatively unaffected by transaction costs going up and going down, as it's the store of value, as VeThor is what's actually being charged in order to utilize the service. So if a company wanted to utilize the technology that VeChain offers, they would then pay for it through VeThor and have to deal with the transaction fees there that are then dictated by the VeChain Foundation based upon demand, where 70% of the VeThor spent is burned and 30% of that is redistributed to the authority masternodes. Now, in the VeChain network, there is currently 101 nodes, and these nodes are those that validate the blocks within the blockchain. And there are 4 types of masternodes in VeChain. There's 1 authority node and 3 different economic nodes. And all of these earn VeThor rewards for staking their shares. Now, the people that are involved in these masternodes are academic research partners, blockchain developers, community contributors, enterprise users, and business and technical partners. Another cool thing about VeChain is that community members can actually make proposals to help innovation move forward with VeChain. Now, VeChain is also designed for a lot of scalability with the capability of reaching up to 10,000 transactions per second. As of right now, VeChain is actually not just a concept, but is already currently in use. Walmart and Sam's Club in China is already using VeChain with QR codes for their food. So you can actually go ahead and scan the QR code that is on the fruits and vegetables, and it will actually pull up all of the information associated with that product through the VeChain app. Now, internationally, there are also several other companies that have become partnered with VeChain. And these companies are not small either. Examples include Microsoft, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Renault, and Baby Ghost. Now, if you're looking to get your hands on some VeChain or some VeThor, there is actually already several places that you can purchase it. My personal favorite place, VeChain or VeThor right now, is on Binance. So I will go ahead and leave a link down in the description below, where you can go ahead and use that link to download Binance and get started there, where you can then trade VeChain and several other cryptocurrencies to your liking. By using my link, I actually get some kickback, so it would really help the channel out if you use my link to go ahead and download that if you don't already have Binance now. Personally, I think VeChain is a great project. I'm very interested to see where it's going to go in the future, and I'm curious to know what your guys' thoughts are on VeChain and on VeThor. Do you guys currently own any? Do you guys plan on buying VeThor and VeChain separately, or just stocking up on VeChain and letting that VeThor wallet grow naturally by holding that VeChain? Do you guys think VeChain will become the inevitable future of supply chains, and it may become the new normal to go into a store and scan QR codes to see where your products are coming from? Or do you guys think that this is just a fad and a project that will go away over time? Or do you think that there's going to be another token or another coin that's come out and do better than VeChain currently is? Only time will tell, but I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on the project. If you stayed with me to the end of this video, I thank you so much. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm and to help support my channel so I can continue to make great content like this. I'm also always open to any criticism on my videos and any suggestions for future What the FUD episodes or videos in general. Thanks you guys so much, and thanks for watching.
If you believe we put a man on the moon, man on the moon.
Oh, this is awkward. Didn't know you're still here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and of course click the notification bell. Bye.